This is one of the most controversial topics in all of AI right now. Some people believe that it will be the best thing to ever happen to humanity. Others believe it will be our downfall. We are, of course, talking about artificial general intelligence. Today, we're going to talk about what AGI is, why it matters, and how we're going to get there. Also, I have some exclusive details to share with you about an amazing new project from our team here at Lex Fridman. Make sure to stick around to the end. AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence, refers to a type of artificial intelligence that has the ability to learn and perform any intellectual task that a human being can do. This includes things like understanding natural language, recognizing patterns, solving problems, making decisions, and even being creative. The key thing here is that AGI would be able to do all these things in the same way that a human can, not just in a narrow or specific way that current AI systems can. Current AI systems are very good at doing one specific thing, but they can't really do anything else. For example, ChatGPT is great at generating text that continues a story in a coherent way, but it can't play chess or drive a car. And self-driving cars that are being developed by companies like Waymo and Cruise are great at driving cars. But they can't generate text or play chess. If you wanted to make a chess engine today, you would simply use a combination of the best chess engines that exist today. But if you wanted to build an AGI, you would need to figure out how to do all of this stuff at once. There is currently no AGI, and there is a lot of debate over whether or not it will ever be possible. Some people believe that it is only a matter of time until AGI is achieved, and that it will eventually lead to a future where robots walk among us. Others believe that it will always remain impossible to truly replicate human intelligence in a machine. I think the truth is somewhere in between those two extremes. It probably won't be long before we have an AGI, but I don't think it will be quite what we expect. One of the main reasons why there is so much debate surrounding AGI is because it is such a vague term. There is no clear consensus on what AGI actually means or what it entails. Some people think that AGI is when a machine can do any intellectual task that a human can do, while others believe that it is when a machine can do anything a human can do, period. This includes physical tasks such as walking or picking up a cup. I tend to agree with the first definition, which is that AGI is when a machine can do any intellectual task that a human can do. I don't think machines will ever be able to truly replicate the human experience. And therefore, I don't think they will ever be able to do everything that humans can do. However, I do believe that we are getting closer and closer to achieving AGI. As AI systems continue to learn and improve, they will eventually reach a point where they are able to perform any intellectual task that we can do. When this happens, it will be a major milestone for AI, and it will change the world as we know it. If you're wondering how long it might take to get there, I don't think anyone can say for sure. Some people believe that AGI is just around the corner, while others believe it will take many years or even centuries to achieve. Personally, I am optimistic that we will get there sooner rather than later. I think that the pace of progress in AI is accelerating and that we are entering the age of AGI. Now let me tell you something that might surprise you. You see, I work with a team of talented individuals who are working on something really big and really important. They are trying to solve one of the biggest problems in all of computer science, the halting problem. The halting problem is basically the question of whether or not it is possible to create a program that can determine whether or not any other program will eventually halt or crash. It is considered to be undecidable, meaning that it is impossible to create a program that can solve the halting problem for all cases. This is because if you could solve the halting problem, you could also solve the Entscheidungsproblem, which is equivalent to the halting problem and has been proven to be undecidable. But our team believes that there might be a way to crack this problem, to create an AGI that can solve the halting problem. And if they are successful, it would be a major breakthrough for AI and computer science as a whole. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say too much more about what they are working on, but if you want to be among the first to know when they have some news to share, make sure to check out their website. But let's go back to AGI. So what? Why should you care about AGI? What does it mean for you? Well, it might mean a lot, or it might mean nothing. It all depends on your perspective. If you believe that AGI will lead to a future where robots walk among us and take over the world, then you might be worried about it. But if you believe that AGI will help us solve some of the world's biggest problems and usher in a new era of prosperity, then you might be excited about it. Personally, I am optimistic about the future of AGI. I believe that it will help us solve some of the world's biggest problems and lead to a better future for humanity. One of the potential benefits of AGI is that it could help us solve some of the world's most difficult problems. From climate change to poverty to disease, these are all problems that have eluded even the brightest minds for centuries. AGI could potentially help us find solutions to these problems by analyzing vast amounts of data and coming up with innovative new ideas. Another potential benefit of AGI is that it could help us automate many of the tasks that are currently done by humans. This could free up humans to focus on more creative and meaningful tasks. However, this also brings with it the risk that AGI could end up taking away a lot of jobs. It is already happening as it is with self-driving cars, for example. Many people are afraid that AGI will lead to mass unemployment and social unrest. I think that this is a valid concern, but I don't think it is something to be worried about. In the long run, I think AGI will actually create more jobs than it eliminates. Just think about all the new industries that were created in the wake of the Industrial Revolution. The same thing will happen with AGI. The potential benefits of AGI are huge, but with great power comes great responsibility. It is important that we develop AGI in a safe and responsible manner. That is why it is so important that we have a discussion about AGI and its potential impact on society. Only then can we make sure that AGI is developed and used in a way that benefits all of humanity. So what can you do to prepare for the age of AGI? Well, I think the best thing you can do is to educate yourself about AGI and its potential impact on society. You should also try to understand the different perspectives on AGI and form your own opinion. Finally, you should stay up to date on the latest developments in AGI research by following some of the leading experts in the field. And one of those experts is my friend Janelle Shane. Janelle is an expert in artificial intelligence and a prolific writer on the subject. She has written extensively about AGI and its potential impact on society. Janelle is a great follow on social media, where she shares the latest news and insights on AGI. I hope this video has given you a good overview of AGI and why it matters. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to share them below. I would love to hear your thoughts on AGI and the future of AI. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.